Welcome to your house. I'm comedian Jenny McNulty. This is the InHouse Comedy Chat. More than a talk show, we are energizing your mind, body, and spirit. My guest today is Rolonda Watts. You know her as an actor, as a talk show host, as a journalist, and she's also got some really cool new reinvention podcasts that you're going to want to hear about and probably want to partake in. And don't forget to stick around after we do our chat. We're going to take a quick walk on the beach. That's right, we leave the lovely confines of Cher's guest room here, and we're going to go down on the beach, and we're going to take a little walk where I'm going to tell you about a historical thing that happened and give you a fun and funny fact. So make sure you stick around for that. But first, my thoughts. These are the last 10 episodes of the year. So what I want to do is end the year on a positive note by featuring 10 reasons why 2020 didn't suck. It took me a long time to find them, I gotta tell you, but there are reasons 2020 didn't suck. And I think the number one reason has to be what happened this past November, the election, right? Yay, the election. The outcome of the election is one reason 2020 didn't suck. I think we all agree with that. And our new incoming president-to-be just announced today that all of his senior White House communications staff are going to be women. Yay, that is awesome. And a good choice. And boy, if there's some lesbians on that staff too, that's going to be some good communication, because we all know how good we are at processing things. I think that's pretty much what it's going to be. All right, America, sit down. It's time we process. Everybody, just sit down. We're processing now. You, South Dakota, Nome, shut down, sit up. You're very pretty, but you're stupid and dangerous. Sit down. Okay. All right, here we go. I think it's going to be fun. A little bit of sad news. Our president-elect yesterday was playing with his dog, and he actually fractured his foot. I know, that's really kind of sad. He's in a walking boot right now, and we're all going to be singing Nancy Sinatra's Boots Are Made for Walking, aren't we? January 20th, they're gonna walk all over. Anyway, the funny thing, I think, you know, as a comedian, you have thoughts, right? And of course this isn't true, but in my mind, and you hear the news about Biden's broken foot and tripping over his dog, and you think there's Kamala sitting somewhere in the corner going, good boy, but not yet. Wait till January, then you run in front of him. I'm just kidding. But see, look, I can make jokes about the new president too. And speaking of walking boots and walking papers, now I'm never one to be happy when a person loses their job unless they're the orange menacing toddler in the White House, but I'm really happy that Matt Patricia lost his job. Yes, I am. They fired the Detroit Lions coach. And I know you're thinking, Jenny, that's awfully mean. He's going to be fine. He did not do a good job as a Detroit Lions coach, and he needs to be gone. He'll be fine. You guys, he's literally a rocket scientist. That's what the guy did. He'll be fine. He'll get a job. We'll get him a job at JPL. As long as he's only responsible for getting the rockets up there, he'll be fine. He's blown so many double-digit leads. I would never want him in trouble of bringing the rocket home. But as far as launching the rocket up there, he does a good job. He'll be fine. Don't worry about him. And don't worry about anything, because you guys, we are going to take 2020 and we're going to turn this around. We're going to be really positive, and we're going to give you, as I said, 10 reasons why we can look forward to 2021. It's going to be a good news. The first one, of course, was the election. The second one is we reached out. We did all kind of things and reached out to old friends, and I reached out to a friend of mine that I met when I first moved here. We did a play together called The Cart. That's right, I think for, I don't know, 20 or 30 times, I checked her pulse to make sure she was alive and then pronounced her dead. So we go back a long ways, we really do. But Rolonda Watts, in addition to being a fine fellow actor, as I said, has a master's in journalism. She does voiceover work. She's got a couple of great podcasts we're gonna talk about. But here is a little bit of one of the movies she did with Sally Kirkland called Broken Roads. And here's a little piece of Rolonda Watts in action.
I'm too old for this.
Oh, Wallace, you just old when it's convenient for you. So, he's your daughter's son.
Surely he's so beautiful. He looks just like her.
Well, I believe it. The son envied that girl.
But he is so angry.
As well he should be.
And he's disrespectful and he's rude, not to mention his name is Aldo.
Oh, he's an Aldo Jr.
Doesn't even know his grandfather's name is Aldo. Every time I look at him, I see Amelia and Aldo. I mean, he looks more like her, but he's hard-headed like the old man was.
Well, he's probably in pain, hurting. He's just young, needs somebody to guide him. Plus, he's living with a stranger.
Stranger? Stranger? Is that what I am?
That's exactly what you are, Wallace, a stranger. That boy doesn't know you. He's never even met you. What do you expect him to do? Just come in here and instantly run into your arms?
Well,
Rolonda Watts. Hey! How you doing, Rolonda?
Great. It is always so good to see you, honey. Listen, we're still here after all these years.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, because I met you when I first came here and I was dreaming of being an actor. Remember when you met me, I was fresh off the talk show set and I had just gotten to California, dreaming of being an actor. And one of my very first performances was on stage with you.
Yes, it was so much fun too, because it was one of mine. It was the first job I had gotten when I got out here too as an actor. You know, I've been doing comedy, but as acting, yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed that, and I'm glad it wasn't me that actually killed you. I just pronounced you dead every night. It was my partner that actually did the killing.
Look, I was crazy enough, but you know what? That was such an important story about this. It was a true story based upon a woman who, it was back when cops were trying to learn how to deal with mental illness in the streets. They made a lot of mistakes. Cops are still trying to learn, you know, so maybe we need another play about, you know, but anyway, I'll go there.
Rolonda and I will save the world. Yeah. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you felt that the election was one of the positive things of 2020. Is that true?
Yes, there's no question. I mean, I think one of the most amazing things that happened in 2020 when a lot of things sucked. And I really appreciate that you're doing a whole show and a whole series on what didn't suck, because that's the only mentality that's going to take us forward from here. But if we really look at the election and we look at 2020 and what didn't suck, yeah, the elections was a major part of it. I mean, coming off Kobe, coming off, you know, the Floyd and all the things that we had to deal with this year, and that crazy man in the White House. And then and personally, I'm gonna be totally transparent with you. To see what my historically Black colleges and universities did, Spelman College grad, to see what Black women were able to do, I am so proud of that. I can't even begin to tell you that this was such an important time for this nation, that everybody had to roll up their sleeves and call upon each other to make a difference and get this idiot out the White House. And let me tell you, it amazes me what sisters can do when they get together. And yes, there will be lesbians in the cabinet. There will be people of color in the cabinet. There will be Asian people and people who look different from you, because that's what America is about. And I'm so proud that this man in the White House is trying to reclaim Georgia. And we said, not today, Satan, not today. You are out along with your orange hair, because I see you done changed your hair now. Get on out, because we have.
It's true. And I think when they did the recount, they picked up a few more votes for Biden. So it's totally true. And I don't know if you're familiar with the comedian Ebony Tolliver or not, but she's got a T-shirt that says "Vote like a Black woman."
Honey, let me tell you,
that is her.
If you really think about it, and being a Black woman, it gives me chills, because I think historically women have not supported each other. That's the word. Historically, Black women have been like crabs in a bucket trying to pull each other down. All of that was like null and void this year. And this election, when we were in crisis, when we were in soulful crisis for our nation, we stepped up and did what we had to do. And I'm so proud of that. I don't know what to do. There's nothing that can't happen when women pull together. The only thing that's going to bring peace to this world is Western women. The only thing that's going to make changes in this nation is women. And we are a sisterhood. We saw what happens. Honey, we flipped Georgia on its ear and took Trump out.
Yes, that is true. And you know, it's too bad, you know, I'm just getting into the crown now and all the ceremony, and I wish we could knight Stacey Abrams of some, you know what I mean? Because she was just, what she did was really incredible.
And you think about the integrity of her spirit too, Jeannie. I mean, here's a woman who, you know, she wasn't chosen. She worked hard. She could have said, "Oh, screw you guys. You didn't choose me. I'm going on about my business. I'm going to go suck my thumb and lick my wounds." She was like, no, this is my chance to be empowering, the emblem of empowerment. We're going to see a lot more from her, a lot more from a lot of the underground women we haven't even learned about yet. the students who came out from Spelman and Howard and Tuskegee, who stood up and said, we will join each other as a force. It's just amazing to see that happen. And I think it's a good time for people to see the power of our historically Black colleges and universities. You know, when we have so many diversity calls and inclusive calls and people say, well, we can't find anybody. We've looked everywhere. That's bullshit. We've got 40, almost 44 historically Black colleges and universities. There is a plethora. If you look at the women chosen, if you look at the major leadership that's been chosen this year, most of them come from HBCUs. And I'm very proud of that. I'm just beyond. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm 61 years old, and most of my life until 2020, I've had to keep quiet about politics because I'm a journalist. I've had to keep quiet about my Blackness because it's not popular. Screw that. This is a new day. 2020 kicked the lid off a lot of things. Screw the marble ceiling, the glass ceiling. What about the walls and the doors and the windows that have been nailed shut? How about that? Well, we blew up the house. We blew up the entire house. So there is vast land, open land, freedom of choice. And I think that's a lot of what's happened right now.
I totally agree with you. I think the fact that we even know what HBCUs stand for now, that, you know what I mean, that people are more aware of it. I can't agree with you more. And I've always felt that, you know, I've always been a team sport player too, and you can see the difference when a team is working together and when they're not, and they don't win when they're not working together. So we've got to reinvent ourselves as a nation. We've got to at least get back to people not laughing at us anymore. But you've got a personal reinvention program. So tell us a little bit about what your reinvention seminar is about. Your reinvention retreat. Sorry.
Well, you know, change for me is always good. I've had about 20 different careers at this point in my life. And I remember back in the day, people used to say, you're not focused. You know, you want to be a reporter and an actor and a talk show host. No, stay in one lane. You're a girl. Stay in one lane. It's safer for us. Stay in one lane. I said, you know, my life isn't here to make you safe. My life is here to make you think, to make you move, and to maybe piss you off every once in a while. And I'm not going to stay in a box. I'm going to blow the box up. And so that's what I've done. And then, you know, like a year and a half ago, I started this thing called Rolonda's Reinvention Retreat, because I had so many people coming to me saying, I hate my job. I hate my life. What can I do to make the switch like you did? You went from a talk show host to an actor to a voice actor, to a producer. You wrote a book, now you're doing an audio book. You're writing a screenplay. It's reinventing everything about your life. So number one, it stays interesting. Number two, you have multiple streams of income. Number three, you get to use all of your gifts. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strategy, techniques to do that, a lot of vision, a lot of support, and a lot of know-how from a mentor who's done it 20 times. So I was starting to talk about this, and everybody was like, reinvention, okay, because most people were too scared to leave their jobs. I'm not talking about reinvention. I hate change. And I was having a hard time breaking through the crowd. COVID hit. People lost their jobs. People had a chance not to go back to the jobs they hated for 20 years. So what are you going to do? You have all this free time. You have all of this imagination. You are put here on this earth to be happy and creative. Here's your choice. What are you going to do? Then all of a sudden, the reinvention retreat made a lot of sense, and people started coming. And what I help people do is see another side of themselves. Your gifts, you know, if you don't go within, you go without. Everything you need, you already have. And it's not out there in the universe. It's not in some big office at NBC. It's not over there at Exxon in the corporate department. It's in here. And most of us live a life, you know, I go by a graveyard and I say, look at all those inventions that never got done. Look at all those books that never got written. Look at all those speeches that were never delivered. And those dreams they weren't even deferred. They were never brought to life. You cannot live your life that way. And I feel that this COVID situation is a perfect opportunity to claim yourself. Today, for instance, is Personal Space Day. what are you doing with your personal space during this time? Are you thinking about that book? Are you making a list of the things you're most grateful for? Because that's going to keep you out of depression. Are you dreaming big? You know, even Martin Luther King said, I have a dream today. He didn't say I have a plan or strategy. Done is better than perfect. Have a dream. Step out on that dream. But I think that people are tired of being fearful. They're tired of not trusting change, because guess what? They don't really have a choice. A lot of the reinvention I've done in my life is because I wanted to, but most of it came because I had to. When my talk show was over, what if all I did was a talk show? I'd be unemployed for 25 years right now. But look at all the other things I've done in the time since my show was canceled. You know? And so there's so much more to do. And I think that what 2020 has given us an opportunity to do is to go within, to check on ourselves, to ask, are you okay? I hope you guys are doing that. We're so busy asking everybody else is okay, but are you okay? To deal with mental health, to deal with I am lonely, to deal with I'm never gonna be single again, because some shit like this might go down again and I ain't gonna be locked up by myself. And I'm even trying to change my words, reinvent the words. It's not being locked up or locked down, it's being safe. I am being safe.
Is this, no, it's obviously not a place that you're going to, or is it a physical retreat, or is it's an online? How do we?
Now, you know what you do? You go to Rolonda.com and you can find out more about it. That's my website. And if you want questions about it, Rolonda@Rolonda.com. But you can sign up for the retreat. This is what we do. You sign up for the retreat. It's absolutely free. And we do free webinars. I have quite a huge group of people. And if you sign up, I can send you in your email when we're going to have our next meeting. We talk about facing fear. We talk about self-doubt. We talk about mentorship. We talk about all the things that have to come together for you to have a successful, reinventive life. Now, if you want to do one-on-one counseling, I do that. We also have a workshop where we go more intensive on what your ideas. You know, a lot of people have this idea that they want to walk out on, but they don't know where to begin. They don't know where to start. How do I social media market myself? I don't even know how to put this in brain form. I don't have anybody to talk to that I trust who's not going to tell me that's stupid. That's when you come to Rolonda, because honey, listen, I have no judgment on what you do. I only see the stars in what you do. And I can help you get from point A to point B. It's about a 6-week program, much like my voice acting masterclass. That's what came out of actually the retreat, was a lot of people were saying, I want to reinvent myself, but I want to be a voice actor like you. I want to do voice acting. I've always wanted to. I have this time on my hand. I can afford the equipment. And I hear voice acting, which is really true, is booming right now because people are at home. More podcasts, more audiobooks, more dramatic podcasts now. We're going back to the old radio days when you watched radio for drama. I just did Treasure Island with a bunch of Broadway stars because everybody's looking for work. So your entertainment is reinventing itself. So you have to look for opportunities in this. And this is the way I look at it. Jeannie, shit makes gardens grow. And that's man, you can't forget that. Shit makes gardens grow. The most beautiful rose gardens, Versailles, and what used to be at the White House, and a whole lot of other places. That garden was full of manure before you saw them pretty roses. The roses are so brilliant because you can't even smell the shit no more. So don't look at this as part of the texture of life. We're gonna, you might remember this year, this was the day that last year you were worried about. Nobody ate you up. You still here. You might be eating crackers and sardines instead of Mastros, but you here. And I think 2020 is, if we can sit here at the end of the year and say we're still here, baby, that's half the battle. The rest is a piece of cake. And it's really imagination. Think, dream, and imagine. Those are 3 things I think we've forgotten to do until 2020.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Think, dream, and imagine is beautiful. And shit makes garden grow really should be on a T-shirt, Rolonda.
That's my saying.
I love it. I love it. You should go patent that right now or copyright that right now. We talked about all the different things you've done. We showed a clip in the very beginning of you working with Sally Kirkland, and I got kind of sidetracked. We mentioned that you had a good story about Sally. I was scheduled to get a hair appointment done and had to wait a half an hour because Sally Kirkland came in and she had to get her hair done. So you better have a funnier story than that.
Listen, you're too young to remember this, but Sally Kirkland was a blonde Hollywood bombshell back in the day. Sally was the pièce de résistance. Let's not get this twisted. In fact, back in the 90s, I had Sally on my talk show talking about being a bombshell in the 70s. Well, skip to, I leave the talk show arena, decide to be an actor, move to Hollywood. One of my first opportunities was to do a movie with Sally Kirkland, who I enjoyed so much in my show. And I was a beginning actor. I was just starting. I was like, I would do anything to be in a movie with the blonde bombshell Sally Kirkland. The problem was, or the challenge was, because there are no problems, only challenges. The challenge was, I had to play a 70-year-old woman. At this time, I was a little younger than I am now. Yeah. So I was like in my, was it 50, maybe 40s? And I wanted to play this role so bad. So I went in, I did the audition, and the producers and the director said, Ro, you were great, but you're not old enough. And I said, let me come back. I went down to Ebony Wigs, in the black section where they sell the wigs. And I got me a gray wig, wore no makeup, salad out my face, and came back to the audition. When the producer opened the door looking for the next actor, he didn't know it was me. Okay. He was like, I went in and Sally was there and I had to read with her. And I wanted this role so bad, and no actor at this time was making themselves look older. But I said, you know what? Loretta Devine, all these people have this, Jack A. Harry, they got all that age group. What if I out-aged them, which I knew they would never do? I could get a role in a movie because I know they'll never be that. They'll never act older. But honey, I'm desperate. I'll do it. Shit, what the hell? They know I'm young. Like an old lady. Honey, I went in there and they were so blown away. And Sally looked at me and she goes, I don't know if you're 70. And I was like, She goes, but I could have a 68-year-old friend. She says, come on in. And that's how I got the role. But there's some things that, if you want it bad enough, you're willing to do what it takes to do what you got to do. And at that time, no actress would ever play 10, 20 years older than she, unless they really wanted that gig. The way I looked at it is, some point I'm going to be that age, and I would have already opened that door for me. So let me just work this, and I'm already taking care of myself for the future.
Well, that is good. Ro, I gotta let you go. It's already, time is up. Such a wonderful pleasure talking to you.
I know you had more questions,
What'd you say?
I talked up your whole interview.
I know, I did. I always have way too many questions, but my last one, I'm going to make sure I get this one in. I always ask my guests, what is it that they do when they're feeling a little bit down and they need to add more positivity into their life? What do you do, Ro, to make yourself happy?
Honey, I think about all the things I'm grateful for. I make a list. My auntie Maya Angelou used to always say, she was an extended auntie of dear friends of my family. And I asked her one time, what do you do when you feel so down, when jobs aren't coming and the money isn't coming? She said, girl, get you a pad, a yellow pad, and a pen and a pencil, and write all the things you're most thankful for, even if it's 5 to 10 things. I'm thankful for the pen. I'm thankful for the legs that got me across the room to pick up the pad. If you focus on gratitude and servicing other people, helping other people, your life will be great. The money will come as long as you stay happy. You're supposed to stay in a happy zone. No matter what's going on out there, that's none of your business. It's what's going on right here that is your business. Stay positive, stay focused, no matter what. And the rest will take care of itself. And believe that the universe is pulling for you. The universe is a very friendly place. Don't let CNN and Fox and all these fools around here jade you. You know who you are, and you know whose you are. Act accordingly and forget the rest. Do your best, forget the rest. And remember, shit makes gardens grow.
Rolonda, I'm having you on once a month. Darn it.
I love you. I'm always there for you. You know that.
Thank you. And please, you guys, do yourselves a favor. Reinvent yourself. Go to Rolonda.com, and that's R-O-L-O. It's spelled a little different, so go to Rolonda.com and get yourself in that reinvention seminar or voice acting seminar, or just get on our email list, because you're amazing. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a safe holiday, happy holiday, and here's to a happy 2021.
Yes!
Thanks, Ro.
Yeah, I love you, baby. Okay, see ya. You got a great
Bye.
producer there.
Never knew running would make me feel this good. I have so much energy now. Thank you, George, for the Ferris wheel, for the balloons, for teaching me that running is fun.
And welcome to the beach. That was, if you couldn't tell, Rolonda as the voice of Professor Wiseman there. So, are you ready to take the word of a professor? If you haven't been listening to me for all these months, maybe Professor Wiseman will teach you and let you make you want to walk. Come on, get up. You can do it. Get up, get off the couch, get out of bed, get out of the chair, and move. Let's get some movement. I'm walking because it would be weird if I were dancing and talking to you, I guess. I don't know. You don't have to walk. You can dance, you can run, you can do whatever. You could do calisthenics, but get up and get some movement into your life. It's going to help you. And you know what? This is going to help you too. If you are a fan of women, which I think that you are, and you're a fan of success, which I hope that you are, I want to show you a successful woman who did a first this year. Her name is Sarah Walker, I believe. And are we ready, Sheila? We are ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the first woman to kick in the SEC, National College Athletic Association. Here you go. Here's Sarah.
And the kick down at the 35-yard line, and Sarah Fuller. Happy Thanksgiving. What a day. What a day in college football.
That, y'all? How cool is that? And that was an intentional squib kick, by the way. And everything. Well, she didn't kick it very far. That was what they were trying to do. She got the spot because all the kickers had COVID or were COVID high risk. So she got to do the kicking job. So there you go, you guys. Always be ready, right? Be ready. Wasn't Rolonda inspirational, y'all? Really, seriously, give her workshop some thought, because she's just a really engaging, wonderful, lovely human being. So I think you would like it. So check those out and try to stay positive. So I know what you guys are thinking. My gosh, it's Cyber Monday. What can I do? I'm supposed to buy something cybery. Okay, well, I know you're probably thinking, where on earth? I don't know anywhere online that I could purchase something. Let me help you, shall I? I'm going to reach down here on the beach. Hold on a second. Oh, I got to way down here on the beach floor. Look at that. You could get a bag. Look at that. It says plant-based fun. When you go shopping, it says plant-based power right there. And it's fun because you know what? Plant-based people are fun. We are fun. I know we have a reputation for being a little, but we're not. We're fun people. We have all kind of fun, happy facts. And because knowledge is power, I'm going to give you guys some plant-based power. Are you ready for this? People will say, oh, you know what, that vegan stuff, it's ridiculous because you don't get your B12. If you don't have B12, you can't get it without eating meat. You want to know? Here's a fun fact. You could tell somebody, you know where the cows get their B12? Same place you do, in a supplement. Because if you know how when you think about this, when you look back in the olden times and you remember you see a cow walking through the cornfield, shucking the corn and pulling off all those little hairy things and eating the corn. Remember how you always saw that? No, you didn't, because cows don't eat corn, but that's what we're feeding them, and they've got to put the B12 in the corn because cows don't eat grass anymore. Even that label that says grass-fed that you pay 3 times as much for just means at some point in their life they got grass. Almost all of the meat you eat spends the last few months of their life getting fattened up with corn on a farm. So I get my B12, same place the cows you eat, or they eat, or someone eats, gets their B12. A little bit of fun fact. Now, am I telling you that you should become a vegan and never eat meat? That is not what I said. It's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you can get your B12 in a vitamin shot just like your steak does. All right, a little fun fact for you. You can take that at a party. It's a good thing for a party. Here's why. Somebody that's really boring you and you want to make them go away, pull out facts like that. They'll leave you in a heartbeat. Then you can talk to someone else back when we ever go to parties again. All right. Tune in Wednesday. We got another reason why 2020 didn't suck. I came up with 10 of them for y'all. So tune in Wednesday at 1 p.m. Cyber See Me then, and we will find another reason why 2020 didn't suck. I want to thank my wonderful, fantastic guest, Rolonda Watts. Please do check her out. Also, check out Password today at 4 p.m. We've got a really good one. We got Roxanne Ward, Vicky Wagner, Renee Santos, and Jackie Monahan. It's going to be off the charts fun. So stick around for Password at 4 p.m. right here on this same channel. I want to thank Sheila for directing and making me look good over there. And of course, I want to thank you, my lovely viewers and watchers and walkers along, because you all did walk along, right? When I said get up, you all got up. You didn't. Still a chance. Come on, get out of your chair. Get moving. Get some movement into your life. It's going to make you happy. Cyber See Me Wednesday at 1, guys. Bye.